So today we're going to be going over the Zoho app, actually the Zoho One application, and how we incorporate it into our business. So I'm going to go through as many Zoho applications as I can through this video because I don't want it to be too long. Actually, this video will probably be very long, probably about 2 hours. So it's actually going to be broken up into the different segments. So sit around, take some notes, see how you can incorporate Zoho into your business. So I'm going to share my screen so I can get straight to the Zoho. So when you first sign up for Zoho, and yes, we are an affiliate for Zoho. So when you sign up, we do receive a small portion and get some proceeds off of you signing up for Zoho. But we've been using Zoho for the past decade since we started our business. The year after we started our business, we incorporated Zoho. And it took us a long time to actually incorporate all of these different apps into our business. So I want to bring forth to you and let you know that we have this software to help you design your business and automate your business so that way it can function as a fully operated fire alarm service-based business. But when you first sign up to the Zoho One, Zoho also have individual apps, but the Zoho One gives you all of the apps. So instead of buying one app at a time, just get the whole entire package so that way you don't have to pay for each and every individual app. So the first one we're going to start off with is we're going to go into the more apps sections, and I'm going to explain what all of these apps are. So we have the Sales IQ. That right there enables your chatbot. So you can have a chatbot on your website. You can detect how many people on your website, how long they stay on your website and things like that. Then you have the sheets where it's similar to Google Sheets or Excel spreadsheets. And then you have the show and assist project survey. So let me just go through each one of these apps one at a time to show you how they actually work. So when you're dealing with Zoho Analytics, here's where you can perform some KPIs, some measures. You can see how much traffic you have going through your website. And here you can find out your back-end analytics. So if you have a bunch of traffic on your website, but nothing is converting, then maybe the lead magnet, or maybe the landing page is not good, or maybe you don't have a good offer. So you can figure out what it is by just troubleshooting what it could be within the phase of your funnel. And that's with the Zoho Analytics. There's a bunch of other different things you can do also with the analytics. You could find out what's going on with your emails, your campaigns. If you're running campaigns, like we're going to get to that, to the Zoho campaigns. They also have the marketing campaigns. So when you're sending out your email automations, it will track the clicks, the links, how many people click on the link, how many people open the email. You can have your social media presence on this. You can have so much analytics going throughout your business so that way you can have as much detail as you need to operate your business, to make your business better, take the things away that's not working, and ramp up the things that's actually working. So the next one is Zoho Mail. This would be your mail server, more or less. This is how you can send out your emails. You can connect your Gmail or your business account to this, and you can monitor your email interactions back and forth through Zoho Mail. This is a great place to have your support email link go to. So if someone has a question or anything like that, it can come from this email and it can also go to this email. So the chatbot, if they're conversating with your chatbot on the website, you can then send an automated email coming from your support email, and that could be coming from this Zoho Mail system. Now, the next one is your CRM. If you don't know what CRM is, that's your customer relationships manager. Now, your CRM is where you will house all of your leads, your contacts, and everything that come into your business. However you acquire your leads will all come into this area right here. And how you nurture your leads is by just getting more information from your leads. So if you have a sales pipeline and you have a sales team, anytime your leads come into this generating system, then it could be assigned to a different user, can then call that lead, follow up on that lead, and see what type of services that lead is looking for. You could also create deals inside here. We fairly don't really use this to create the deals, but you can use deals inside here. So let's say if we're promoting one of our security packages and we do a promotion for the secured packages, and we get a lead clicking on one of the advertisers that we sent out there, we can now create a deal for that particular package, send it straight to that client. So that way we could get in front of their face more, entice them more, probably just give them more information on this particular product. But your CRM will house all of your customer information, so that way you can use other apps inside of Zoho to send them emails or to retarget them with different products and services. Then you have the Zoho Desk. This is like your support agency. So let's just say this is connected to all my social media accounts. So if someone, let's say, comment on Instagram, I'll get a ticket. If I comment on Instagram, I'll get a ticket. If someone comments on a website or sends me a ticket through one of the support email websites, all of the tickets come here. And here you could assign tickets to different agents inside of your business. So if someone is looking for a camera system, you could assign it to that agent. If someone is looking for fire alarm monitoring, you can assign it to that agent. If a customer has an issue, you can send it to that whatever agent handles issues. So this is your help desk to help you operate your business. And also inside of this help desk, you have a knowledge base. Now within this knowledge base, you can put detailed information inside of this knowledge base. You could put videos, you could put articles, you could put links, because what this actually gives you an actual, I'm gonna go to it. It actually gives you an entire support website. So your customers can sign up for this support website. They can get their frequently asked questions answered. They could actually escalate a service call straight from the portal, especially if it's one of your customers. And you can have the knowledge base in there. So that way, if they have any technical issues, they can probably check there first, get the frequently asked questions to help solve their problems, or they could just escalate a ticket for service. Everything is all done through Zoho One. So going back over to campaigns, Zoho Campaigns is where you could nurture your leads. Here you could design lead forms. You could capture your leads, send out email campaigns, social media campaigns, SMS campaigns. Now, in order for you to send out text messaging campaigns, you need to sign up with Twilio. That's another agency where you will register by a phone number in order for you to send out text messages to your clients. You also have to get some verifications and things like that. So inside of the campaigns, you will have all of your contacts that's inside of your campaigns. How you will get contacts is through your sign-up forms. And you could put you could also allocate your contacts within different segments. You could allocate your contacts in different lists. I just lost my mind real quick. You could allocate your contacts in different lists. You could segment your lists. So it's like if you got a large list, but you have people interested in fire alarm and some people interested in just NICET certification, and some people just interested in camera system. You could segment those lists so that way you only give them the information that you want to give them, or the information that they just need. You don't want to be sending them random information that they don't want. Here you could create your sign-up forms that you could throw on your website, or you could paste to your social media pages. You can actually put this anywhere to get someone to sign up and then put them into a list, so that way they list can then follow an automation. That automation can give them more value. You have contact scoring. Depending on how they move through your funnel, if they're clicking on links, if they're buying products, if they're opening every email, they will get a score. Depending on how they score it, depending on how high they score is, will depend on how interested they are in your product. You can create topics, so that way you can keep your system organized. So if you want to create topics on fire alarms, so that way you just only talk about fire alarm, you can tag people with these particular topics. You can also segment everything. It's always a good thing to segment your audience, so that way you're not sending blast information to people who don't need it. You only want information going to the people who want the information. And inside your automation pack and inside your automation tab is where you will create your automations. They have some templates here, or you can create them all yourself. So here you pretty much have an input. Your input is the form, and once the form gets submitted, it will then start triggering output responses, sending emails. It'll wait for an hour, send another email, and then you can have some then and else statements. If it's open, then do this. If they click on it, then do this. If it's delivered, then do this. So this is pretty much a very generic, basic email automation. So that way, when someone signs up to any particular one of your services, you send them more value just on that particular service. So yes, essentially you will have a spider web of funnels, and each funnel also have to link back to your main product. That's why it's important to understand how to position your business and actually come up with a product, so that way everything you talk about will link back to the paid product, rather it be free stuff you're giving away, low ticket stuff you're giving away, mid-tier stuff, or even high ticket stuff you're giving away. Everything will link back to one particular product. Also inside of Zoho, you can create your own commerce store. So if you want to sell products, you can put that stuff in there as well. And your library will, or your image and everything will be stored. Then you can fill out Then you can get your custom reports so you can figure out how much, so you can figure out what's being opened, what's being clicked, what's bounced, so you can just start making some changes within your email list. Because if you're getting high bounce rate, then people have wrong email addresses. You got to get that stuff out your list. That's how the campaign works. And another one, my favorite one, is Zoho Social. So this right here will free up all of your time when it comes to posting on social media, right? So if you want to create a post and then actually just send it out to all the social media channels, of course you will have to, I got to go back in here, set this setting up, but I'm not going to do that right now. But you can connect all of your social media platforms, Facebook, your X, Twitter, LinkedIn, the company page, your personal page, the Google profile, YouTube, the Pinterest, the TikTok, the Threads profile, a bunch of profiles you can select too. You can integrate inside Zoho Social. So you could just go to the post, you can check your messages, you can see what's in your inbox, you can monitor all your connections and find out what's going on all across your social media platforms. And another good thing about this is you could actually put keywords in here. So if someone says something about security, fire, name your business or anything like that, the keyword will pop up in here and it can automatically send them a message right on top of that, just right off the keyword. So if you want to create a post, very simple. You can schedule a post out. So you create a new post, you just add your images. So I got all of your images. They only want the 4, that's fine. You could then select your channels once I put the channels up. So if it's a static image, it won't go on YouTube. Nor if it's not the aspect ratio, if it's not the correct aspect ratio, you're not going to get it on Pinterest. But the idea is to see how many channels you could actually get it on. So you can put it on all of these different social media platforms all at once. And the good thing about it is when you can schedule your post out, let's say for the 14th, but you want to repeat this post weekly, or you want to repeat this post monthly on the 14th of every month for the next until December 2027. That's, I want to repeat this post for the next 1 year. You can do that. It's not a problem. That's the good thing about the Zoho Social. You could repurpose your content so easily and have everything lined up so perfectly. Let me show you how it used to look when I was actually using this, which was a while ago. My content strategy a little bit. But essentially, you could have your blogs coming out from here. So if you have on your website, you can blog post it here. You can post your blog directly to your social media platforms as well, very, very easily. And then give it a link. Select the image. You could give it an X profile. Then you could put your alternate information, what this particular image is about or what the particular post is about. You can add emojis. You can make the first comment on whatever post you're posting this on. Add your hashtags. You can save it as a draft, post it now, or schedule it for 100 years from now if you wanted to. So that's Zoho Social in a nutshell. Then you have Zoho Inventory. If you have an e-commerce site, you will have, this is where all your inventory will be kept, tracked. If you send out packages and things of that nature, we send out packages when we get orders off our websites. We input the information here so that way you'll get an email that we got the order, your order is being placed, the order has been delivered, and when we sending your order out so you can track it when it's actually coming to your place. So that's what Zoho Inventory is for. Then we have Zoho Show. Zoho Show is a place where you can create PowerPoint presentations. You can create new presentations. I use this to conduct my training. For any training that I do for the employees, for YouTube, or any type of training that I do, I use Zoho Show to actually build the presentation. They have some nice templated presentations that you can use, and all you got to do is just put your information on it. And all you got to do is just add the information that you need one at a time, and then you go from there. Or you can create it from the outside using regular PowerPoint. Then you can just upload your presentation straight to here, and it'll give it the same beautiful automation that you're actually looking for. The next Zoho app is the WorkDrive. Here is where you can store, this is like your Google Drive. You keep all your magnets, you can keep your files here, your videos. You can keep a lot of things here so that way your team can collaborate and get and access the files easily. So if you want to have a folder with just like, your information, you can have that there so your team can run it together. A new one that I just picked up on was Zoho Thrive. Now, what this is the loyalty program. So I'm still configuring this. So as you create a loyalty program. I want to give away, you know, to you guys. I want to give away some things, some camera systems and things like that. So the more rewards you can give out to people for referring your business, and as they move up levels, this will give them the opportunity to build a real connection with you and your business. Hello, hello. Yeah.